Greetings, my fellow frontiersmen. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Farthest Frontier, Episode 6, Raiders. Build sites are need resources, but none are selected to harvest. Okay, I need to harvest some stone. I sold off my stone for money. No regrets there. How's the luxury goods? Not looking great. We don't have any stockpiled pottery, soap, or candles. But the homes have these things. So, like, this random homestead that I selected has 1 pottery, 1 soap, 1 candle. This 1 pottery, 1 soap, 1 candle. So it looks like most of the homes have what they want stockpiled. I just don't have leftovers. As time goes on, we'll end up with leftovers, but they don't have any specific villager needs. So that's good. We're supplying them with what they want. Let's get that bakery. I think it's been flattened now. Perfect. So this will be the first year of wheat. Kind of exciting. Because bread will help our food stores not dip post-winter. Might need another smokehouse. Looking at the amount of raw meat that I have unsmoked. Or, yeah. So let's get another smokehouse. Let's put it right next to it. Might as well. Here's a trader who is selling cows. I don't have a pasture to be able to accept the cows, but that's sort of the next efficiency evolution of hunting. Instead of having to hunt for deer and boar, which can be frustrating and difficult to do. And also once you have your walls up, there's a lot of travel time involved. Instead, you can just do it with pastures, which is a lot more efficient and more reliable than relying on hunters to find, you know, animals. But I'm not about to put that as a priority. We haven't hit the population mark that I think would be required. There was a bear out here, and I'm wondering if this soldier can deal with that before it becomes an issue. Oh god, you're gonna get wrecked. Alright, let me go help him. Overestimated your ability to take down a bear by yourself. Don't know why I did that. I should know better. Luckily, I do have hunters in the area, so this will be rectified quickly. Good job. 1 bear down. And the boar that went wild here actually got shot by this guard. So this boar has no health, essentially. Because the guard had taken care of it. And it's dead now. So there's an opportunity here. This person has 71 pelts to sell for 11 gold each, and this guy will buy pelts at 14 gold each. So I can just play middleman and quickly stockpile my trade post with gold, buy pelts for one dude and sell it to the other, as long as I can do that within the next 19 days, and just be the middleman, make profit, which works for me. So I'll take your pelts, buy in stock instead of buy and transfer, and then sell pelts. So I just turned, I didn't look at the numbers, but I think it was like 900 gold into 1200 gold. Seems fair. Works for me. They're also selling grain at really, really, really cheap, but it's actually the first year that I'm growing my own grain, so I'm going to hold off on that. Is this the first time I'm playing the game? On stream, yes. For myself, no. All right, let's just be happy with that profit. Stick it right back into the town storage. So here is the windmill, which will grind the grain that we have. Our first harvest is in a few months, so I'll keep this closed until then. The granary that will store either the grain or the flour right next to the windmill, so that should be pretty efficient. And then the bakery, not too far off from the granary, to store the bread. And then what we could do over here is to put in a root cellar right next to the bakery to store the bread. So these root cellars over here will not store bread. And then the one over there will. Just because that'll be a little bit more efficient. How many hours do you think I have logged in the game? 40-ish, maybe? Any of my streams where I have played the game before will have like a tutorial tag, so that I teach the game, and any game that I'm unfamiliar with will have like a beginner's play tag. That way, you know whether or not you'll learn how to play by watching or not. So the turnip harvest wasn't great, but it still yielded 146 out of 196. So the farmers were busy. If you look, like you harvest around here, right? So around this time, we were probably doing other things on other farms. Like around that time, what was that? So that's like month 2. Around that time on month 2, I'm actually not sure what the farmers were doing. Maybe they were maintaining this field. And great, our first wheat harvest, and we already have wheat disease. Lame! Well, we'll still get drain off of that. It's a big farm field with pretty decent fertility. It's just like rolling my eyes, of course. First time we're doing grain, and it's gonna be sick. And the bakery is almost built. Nice. They handled it themselves. That's what I like to see. So Ramard delivering the last plank. Where are you going? I guess my builders are busy. Here we go. Thanks, Watrick. I don't often spend time staring at the map at this level. We don't need a baker just yet because we don't have any grain ground. But there's the bakery. And that bakery should allow this, even though it's closed, the desirability of this house that didn't hit 30 is now 30 and will upgrade once they have one more food type to a homestead. More taxes. I've selected cooked meat. Oh, did I? Actually, I didn't select anything in here. But you're right. So this one will have bread, and then the other stock rooms will have no bread, but smoked meat. That was a bad mistake to do, because not allowing smoked meat to be stored fills the smokehouses, and they have nowhere to put their goods, which is not good. Because then they were carrying the smoked meat way over to this root cellar, which is super dumb, because it's really far away from the smokers, lowering the efficiency of the smokehouse. So thank you for noticing that, Paul. I appreciate it. Some of the icons are similar. This kind of looks like bread, doesn't it? An honest mistake. And forget raw materials. I'm not going to store any raw materials or usable items here. I'm not going to put barrels in this initially. In fact, let me specify. So this root cellar is going to be for smoked meat and smoked fish only, because smoked meat and smoked fish lasts longer than vegetables. So this root cellar here is going to be for the vegetables. It's an actual root cellar. And that way, this root cellar is going to be the first one to get barrels to help reduce spoilage. Just to sort of min-max. Not that I have a Cooper yet, but once we have a Cooper, that will, that will benefit. Hey, Aiden, I know the last time you fought a bear it went badly, but rematch. But rematch with backup. Wait, where are you going, bear? Dude, that's not what I signed up for. Fine. Bear pissed off. Yeah, the meat in this game looks like brisket or meatloaf. That's why I get them confused. So we're about to have our wheat harvest. We've harvested 1632 so far. And it's 1,300 of it is in the granary. So let's go employ a miller to start milling up the grain into flour. And then once we have flour, we'll employ a baker who seems to be in armor. Very confused about his work. So we're in the bread business now. This right here is a really, let me correct this, is actually a really good, ooh, that's a long road to destroy. Oh, well. Is a really good place to put an external wall, in my opinion. Under minimum size? Oh, whatever. I have to redo a lot of dirt roads. So I'm trying to plan for where the stone, or the stone wall, yeah, the stone walls are going to go. So I can put a stone wall once I can afford stone walls. I can put a stone wall here, insulating the sensitive parts of the town, but having the farm fields and the forestry and the arborist outside, which are, and the compost yard as well. Outside the walls, which is less important to have, I think. Oh God, I didn't tell you to not. Okay, that's on me. I thought I told him to stop chasing the bear, but apparently he just kept running after the bear until the bear finally got pissed off, turned around, and started hunting him. Run, dude! There's no way he survives this. Oh, maybe. If your arrows would hit. I'm playing sort of like, well, poke the ogre, right? Poke the bear. If I can get Okrin to re-garrison and have Aiton just go heal, then this bear is doomed. I just don't know if I can click to Yep, no, Garrison, there it goes. So now he's in the tower and the bear's just gonna get shot until it leaves. Ha! You're dead. Wow, I, like, hacked its brain. It didn't know what to do. Looks like crops are rotting in the farm field, so I'm just gonna throw a whole bunch of extra farmers at it. Go up to 19 farmers. It's not so many crops that I care. It's only 100 carrots or whatever. 182. This boar's about to get wrecked by the same guard. Huh, done. At least the lookout towers are paying off. Well, I don't know if they're paying out 10 gold a month yet, but I do enjoy killing bears that way. So this compost yard is going to apply compost to this farm field, because this farm field is the next one queued up to do wheat. So I'd like to get more wheat out of it by maximizing its fertility. I don't have any grain yet, or any bread. Oh no, we've made 50 bread. I think it's just being eaten immediately. I'm reducing the amount of clay miners that I have, because I have more clay than I currently need. For the other luxury goods, I have barely any excess soap, candles, and pottery, so I'm going to leave them employed, doing what they're doing. My cobblers are going a little hobnail crazy, so I'm going to reduce the amount of cobblers that I have down to just the one. Because I have 61 spare pairs of shoes, which is kind of a lot for a village my size. And at this point, the current priority is grow to 150. That's the next milestone. I need to make sure that the desirability of these houses stay above 30. Let's keep throwing houses down until we grow to the 150 mark. Now that I have bread as an industry, we should be able to feed people a little bit easier too. So, 7 more houses should put us within striking distance of the 150, and I think they're all within the range of the market. Where's the wagon? Why is it hard to find the wagon? Here it is. If I'm building houses, might as well park the wagon over where we need the wood. Iron Clan is here, and I need a sword. And they are selling one. Nice. I have plenty of money to be able to buy it. And I might also buy one more heavy tool, because I know I'm going to need it for Forge and Foundry. So let's go make that trade. Buy and transfer. Buy and transfer. I'll buy 500 gold worth of tools. Oh, I had more money than I thought. I'll buy some more tools. I'm trying to keep about 500 gold left over for another large park on the opposite corner of this, of the market. So we should see this missing melee weapon go away now that I bought a sword. Oh, yep, there it goes. Like, on demand, right? And now I have 2 heavy tools for when the... Oh, we got raiders. Shoot. Oh, at least it's an opportunity to see this palisade in operation. Hypothetically. Because they're coming in on this angle. So let's hit the bell. And see if it works. So, oh, wow, there's a lot of people coming this way. Okrin, get in there. Okay, so Okrin got inside. But they are trying to get to him more than anyone else. Really? All right. We have immigrants, like, in the middle of a battle. Fine. Awkward timing. But whatever. So we got thieves coming in, and some of these thieves are trying to hit our market, but we do have a garrisoned tower over there. So those thieves probably won't be able to steal very much. This thief here is trying... Oh, he did. It's frostbite. The hell? How did you get frostbite? Do you not understand that it's moderate temperature? It's warm temperature out? So here's the thief that ended up stealing from one of my root sellers. So hopefully the tower will target him. Oh, and he's stealing arrows too. So this is a dude to look at. The palisade gate has held. The root cellar still got destroyed, but it did stop the eastern contingent from being able to do very much. And then what I could do is I can have Okrin here hunt down this thief who enriched himself on my stuff. Checking the west. There is no... Everyone else left. They're all bailed. Because I kicked their butts. So this is the only person that has stuff. And it looks like Okrin's trying to take him down. I'm gonna have the Fisher person stabbed too. Oh, we got him. Okay, so that might have been the last of the combatants. And unless I missed something, I don't know if I was plundered. I think we might have stopped everyone. Maybe. We'll see. The after action report. Yep. Items pillaged, none. The only thief that managed to get away, or almost get away, ended up getting killed here, and we'll haul that stuff back to root cellars. Awesome. Thankfully, when you rebuild a building, the settings of the building gets preserved. That's really nice. So this is set up to only have raw fish, which is exactly how I wanted it. Population is definitely booming. People like living here. We have food, we have shelter, and services and amenities. The desirability of those new houses are pretty good too. So they're gonna go to homesteads pretty early on. Whoa, a lot of graduates too. 19 graduated from school this year. We've been seeing fewer crops rot in the fields, which is good. They're being tended to. Yeah, things are looking up. A lot of flour. Dang. So now it's just about expanding the houses out to try to get that 150 population. Oh, did I not leave space between the... No, I didn't. That was dumb. You don't necessarily need roads between, it just helps for people to commute and move around. Some of the wells around town are starting to dry up. There is an upgraded version of the well, like a deeper well, but it requires iron to be able to build, and I don't have iron at the moment, so I'm just going to put in another well over here, because this one got overdrawn. Part of it, the reason these wells get overdrawn is they support industries that require water, so there's just high demand, and other times it's localized fires. So like this well right here dried out because the candle shop set on fire, and as a result it used up the water. But that's going to be one of the first things that I'll want to improve and upgrade once I have iron, is better wells, so that we don't have dry spells. So the other requirements, and let me update the priority. Yeah, grow to 150 and upgrade to level 3. I need 150 planks, 150 clay, and 2,000 gold. So at any opportunity to be able to sell things for gold, I should take. Now that I have all the weapons and tools needed for the industries, it's going to be about maximizing profit to hit that 2,000 gold, because I think I'm growing, you know. So sooner or later, I'm going to have the population to support. That's probably all the houses I need in order to support 150. You don't want like literally 150 because people, you know, empty spots help for immigration. So I'm pushing it a little bit beyond the 150 mark. I might even add some additional housing just to put the infrastructure for the roads and all that. So I believe that's the upper limit to the north. That gives me a pretty good indicator where I put it in the park. So not only am I going to want the 2,000 coin for the town center to be upgraded, but I also want another 500 in order to be able to afford like a large park to help improve the desirability of the western corner, because that's lacking. Which means harvesting this stuff over everything else. So I'm going to deselect the other trees, rocks, and bushes that I had previously set up to be harvested, so that we can clear that corner, so I have space for the park. And then I'll move the wagon to that corner so that we can stash the stuff quick. Where did, I think the wagon's already there, right? Yeah, the wagon's already pretty close. I forgot that we were starting to get flax from the farm fields. So I only have 192 flax so far. But as we increase flax, I'm also going to want to add a weaver. So the weaver building makes the linen clothes. So I'll put that across from the soap shop. So that will handle the linen clothes, the shoes, and the hide coats. It looks like the hide coats are falling behind as well, so let me go over to the tanner and add another tanner. But that's all the clothing that the people will require. And that was the whole point of this farm field. This farm field is mostly for flax. I just added crops in as a part of a healthy rotation. Looking good. No, some more flax rotting. You're a big fan of the content on YouTube? Well, thank you. Thanks for tuning into a stream. I appreciate it. I'll drink to that. The other thing I'm going to need in order to upgrade is more wooden planks. So I might want to add another person working in the saw pit, because the wooden planks are struggling to keep up with demand because I keep building. So yeah, some of these houses in the north and west are not max desirability, so a park would help with that a lot. The next landmark, or the next milestone rather, for desirability is 65. But once I upgrade, I get access to a lot more amenities, like a theater or a pub, which do a lot more for desirability than just parks. I haven't built a festival pole yet either, but I probably will want to build a park up in this northwest corner anyway. Let's see. Game says all my villager needs are met, but I disagree. I think we need more hide coats and linen clothes. I'm literally out of linen clothes. I think we've hit kind of the nice median for luxuries, though. We have a decent amount of soap, candles, and pottery, so I don't think I need to fiddle with those numbers at all. Oh, thank you for the sub, too. Not only are you tuning in for the first time, but you subbed. I really appreciate it. Well, it pays the bills. Wow, I am... Who let me lay out this town? Jesus. I'm like leaving gaps between houses for no reason. Rad, the city planner, needs to be fired. So how'd this wheat harvest go? Some of it was left to rot in the farm fields because we didn't get to it in time, but 1670 of it did make it to the granary. And actually, our granary is full. We don't have space, so I'm going to need a second granary. That's how much of a yield it was. 2 thumbs up from this guy. That works for me. We also might want a second baker. If, oddly enough, the bakery is full, but it's full because the bread is full. Okay, finally, they brought the bread over. I hired a new person and they had the genius of, huh, we have nowhere to put bread. Maybe we should put it in the root cellar that's like 10 feet from our front door. Correct. That would be helpful. So if I wanted to make another park, I can't afford it just yet because I don't have the tax money, but it would be roughly around this spot. Probably not where this giant boulder is, because this giant boulder is going to be really hard to harvest fully. But it will be like, I don't know, maybe here-ish. So let's try to flatten this out so that it can support a park. Gaps between houses make happy neighbors? I don't disagree. I like my next door neighbor where I live, but I've definitely had bad next door neighbors. I've had atrociously bad next door neighbors, so I fully understand that. I have a lot of fun, like, terrible next door neighbor stories. I had a landlord once, where he lived in the same house. It was a house like split up into a triplex, where he lived above, and then there was 2 units down below. And I lived there for like years, like 7 years. I really liked him, but the other tenant that I shared the other downstairs floor, it was like cursed. Like he couldn't, for the life of him, get a good tenant. The last few years that I lived there, one tenant was evicted because he just couldn't help but to blare music at like 3 in the morning and then drink himself to a stupor, to the point where like we would have to flip the power breakers to shut off power to his entire section of his house, because, you know, he'd like keep the door locked and would pass out, and that would be the only way to turn off the music. So that was a pleasure, as you can imagine. And then another, the tenant after that thought it would be a great idea to deal drugs out of the apartment. And a concerned next door neighbor saw one night that cops were like looking through the window of my car, and he called the cops thinking that my car was going to get broken into. But that wasn't the case. It was actually plainclothes officers trying to make a drug bust, because he was a known drug dealer for the area I was living in. So cops at 2 in the morning show up to arrest the cops, and it was a huge commotion, and my landlord was finally like, oh, whatever, and evicted him too. It's pretty rare that landlords have to evict people, but he had such bad luck. So I'm just trying to make the 2.5 grand in order to support the next tier town hall and also the park. So I'm just selling off all my honey and a lot of my herbs in order to be able to afford it. And hopefully the next... Ah, shoot. We still have the wheat disease out here. Oh, it's a different disease. It's not the same one. This one is stem rot and affects buckwheat, beans, and peas. Which is weird, because it just affected my wheat, which is not buckwheat. Maybe it's a bug, I don't know. But yeah, affected buckwheat, beans, and peas, and I'm not growing buckwheat, beans, or peas, so I don't know what the hell it's talking about, but whatever. These experiences allow me to appreciate better things. That's a healthy way of looking at it. Yeah. Graduating class. Nice. Alright, so this puts us at 1,500 gold. Within striking distance of the 2k required to upgrade. I could sell stone, but I know as soon as I upgrade my town hall, I'm going to want to build a bunch of stone walls, so I'm trying to hold on to the stone now. And not treat it like a commodity that it normally would be. I'm really hoping that the next trade caravan for this year comes in with a demand of... oh, here it comes. A demand of items that I'm willing to part with. He or she. It's probably the Iron Clan lady. Yeah, it is. You'll buy wood for me. Yeah, that'll work for me. Let's stock it and sell it. Sorry, everybody cutting down the trees, but I need to move the wagon full of wood over to the trade caravan. So it looks like they did get the... Oh, it's still too steep. I'll try to flatten. This is... 625 is the maximum size for flattening. It's like maybe a 10 by 10. I've never actually measured it. But you can't get bigger than a 625 work zone for flattening. But I hope to put a park there, so I really hope that it gets flattened. Hey, Grey Hermit, thank you for the resub. Cheers, dude. She's also buying soap at a pretty good clip, so I'm going to sell some of the excess soap that we have. Because she's willing to pay far above the market price. Given that she's part of the Iron Clan, I'm sure they don't make their own soap over there. I'm sure they stink to high hell. Hence the elevated prices. Soon, I will have a perimeter wall and not have to deal with the constant, oh no, boar. Uh-huh. Alright, we're at almost 2K. And selling off this wood is gonna... Oh yeah, there we go. Now I got the money. I got 27. In fact, let's sell even more wood. We live in the woods. I can make more wood. It's Lotus, thank you for the resub too. Hitting 2 years. Okay, so we have about 3K gold. Move this wagon back over here to cut down the trees. And that's easily enough to be able to afford the town center tier 3. Or tier 2. Current tier 2. Tier 3, rather. And then also the large park. So 11 more people need to be either born or immigrate. And we'll have ourselves tier 3. I like it. Food is getting a little hard to provide. Although we're about to have a beans and peas harvest. Oh, yikes. I just lost a ton of beans from frost. That's an early frost, man. It's only early autumn. What the hell? That's 800 beans gone? Ugh. I'll have to adjust this. There. I'm gonna nudge the beans more into the summer. So after this harvest is done, I'll adjust this one too, because that's unfortunate. The wheat can't really be helped. It sucks, but you know, I need to work the fields at some point. But beans, yeah, that can be helped. That could have been moved. It also looks like my my woodcutter had a real hard time keeping up with splitting firewood, so I'm just hired a second one. Time to fire the bean counters. I like your joke. And you're right. It is time to fire the bean counters. Another thing that I could do to help supplement food is the forager that forages herbs. On their off season, I could move blueberries into their region. I actually don't know off the top of my head what the seasons are for blueberries and herbs, because if they coincide to the same season, I wouldn't want to do that. So I'll have to take note. Next grow season. All right, there we go. The beans have been adjusted, so hopefully I won't lose them. We only managed to pull 1,000 wheat out of the crop fields this year, which sucks. Because some was left to rot, some froze, and then some died due to the stem rot. So it was like a perfect storm of a really bad wheat season. And even then, I still have plenty of food, it seems. Yeah, I still have lots of flour left to even bake. Speaking of flour to bake, the bakery is so overactive that it is completely draining the well. So I'm going to add another well in here. Wells can't be super close to one another because, you know, water tables. So if you see, there's an overlay of like another well's too close. But if you get it far enough away, that indicator will go from blue to green, allowing you to place another well. So this is far enough away from the initial well that it should be fine. It's warning me that 3 crops were left to rot. Oh no. Why even inform me of that? Seems unnecessary. Okay, let's build a park. I'm just trying to keep the park outside of the radius of the market so that the houses are inside the radius of the market, and that is just outside. And we're now 8 away from being able to upgrade now. It's a small town, even 3 crops dying is subject to pass the time. I know. Bored villagers. With no real needs. 96% happy, and the remaining 4% can't even put their finger on to why they're not happy. Apparently I'm not running the show quite the way they want, and they just want to make it known that they're dissatisfied. Thank you for tuning in to Farthest Frontier, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 14th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. A special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Pathfinders,